everyone. We are students of class 7 from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Junapani district, Khargone.
Today we are going to present a small skit on our English book chapter Chandni.
In this chapter, Chandni is the goat of Abu Khan. He lives in the hills of Almora.
Abu Khan loved his goats to keep as his pets, but his goats wanted to be free from and go to the hills. They wanted to be free and wanted their freedom.
In this skit, we are going to represent one by one scene of this chapter.
Once upon a time, there lived an old man named Abu Khan. He lived in the hills of Almora. He kept his goats' name as Gujri, Kalua, and Mungia.
Poor Abu Khan was a little unlucky in the matter of the goats. In the night, one of the goats would pull and break the string and would go to hills. Goats in hilly region don't like to be tied up. They loved their freedom so much they were off the hilly bridge. They would go to the hills and get killed by the old wolf who lived in the hills. Abu Khan was very sad about the goats.
Finally, he thought to bring a small goat. She kept her name Chandni. Because of her white color, he loved her like his own child. He thought that the goat will never leave him and never go to the hills. She looked the top hills and wanted to go to the hills. But Abu Khan reminded her of the big bad wolf.
Abu Khan reminded her about her sister, the Kalua goat. She was as big as a big deer, but eventually she was killed by the big wolf and died in the morning. Abu Khan narrated the story of Kalua more than 15 times. But after this all, Chandni even said that she wanted to go to the hills. Abu Khan was very annoyed on her. He thundered and said, "You are not going anywhere from today. You will live in a small hut and not move about freely in the compound. Ungrateful as you are, you must still be saved from the wolf." Abu Khan locked her in a small hut so that she can't go anywhere. But he forgot to close the window at the back of the hut. And boom! She took a chance and jumped from the window. She reached the hills. It seemed to her that the old hills were standing in a roof to welcome her. She felt like a child meeting her parents after a year of separation.
Wherever she went, the tall grass sang the song of welcome for her. How different all this was from her past in the prison house of Abu Khan. It was the happiest day in the Chandni's life. She met a herd of wild goats who asked her to join their group, but Chandni politely refused them because she wanted to enjoy her new freedom all by herself. Sun disappeared behind the hills. Suddenly, she heard a strange sound which was coming from the bushes. The sound was like a grunt. Then Chandni thought of the dangerous wolf lived in the hills. She felt scared. So, should she go back to the safety of Abu Khan's hut? No, she said to herself. Death in an open field is better than life in a small hut.
Come out of the bushes and was starting greedily at Chandni. His eyes were shining as a burning coal in the darkness. He seemed in no hurry. He knew that the Chandni is a new goat. He was knowing that the goat is his. The wolf had the goat size of each other. The wolf was big and fierce, whereas the goat has throw, healthy and small. But small is not weak. Chandni stood firm on her leg and held completely bent on horns jutting out. The fight began. It went on through the night. The moon, which had been watching the fight, began to grow pale and suddenly hid behind the clouds. The stars also began to disappear one by one.
The first rays of the sun saw Chandni lying on the ground. She was completely soaked in a blood. The walls as a tired and
An assembly of birds perched on top of a tree nearby was debating the result of the fight. A wise bird said that Chandni is the winner.
This story is written by Zakir Hussain. Moral of the story is freedom. Everyone loves their freedom. The freedom is not confined only to humans but also to the other creatures.
So, this is what our chapter Chandni tells. Now, everyone, thank you and have a very wonderful day. Hope you liked our video.